Hey fellow patriots, welcome to Hope for Survival YouTube. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for returning. If you are a regular follower of Hope for Survival YouTube, we appreciate your time to come and check out our videos. It's been about a week since I was able to post a video, so my apologies for the delay in there. I've been on the road and away from home, and didn't have the time to put together another video. I had other things I had to accomplish for some classes that happened last Thursday, and then I taught a class yesterday down in Huntsville, Alabama, to a large group. The host of the event stated it was the largest attendance they had at their monthly gathering. So thanks to everyone who could attend. I taught a class on setting yourself up for processing on your phone or laptop, and protection on the digital aspect, browsers and VPN, also setting up layers of protection for your home network, for computer internet work, and this is leading into the 5-mile radius class and so forth. So thanks to everyone. It was great to see so many old friends and faces who actually were the team that gave me a chance to start teaching preparedness back in 2011-2012 time frame. Much thanks to them for that opportunity, and thanks to them for coming out, and thanks to the many Hope for Survival patriots in the Huntsville region for coming out and spending a few hours together. It was good to see everyone and have a chance to shake hands, give hugs, and chat for a few. There's just never enough time in those venues to get quality time together. But I was able to have dinner with Alabama Rebel and Miss T, and then also have breakfast with another Patriot couple, dear friends, who are knocking it out, doing the preparedness thing. So it was good to have that opportunity. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about, there's a storm coming. Have you noticed? Freezing temperatures, a lot of snow predicted throughout the southeastern United States, where many of the Hope for Survival folks and other folks who tune in to check out our videos and our webpage as well. I appreciate the emails and text messages from folks, and it was awesome yesterday in the class for folks who are not Hope for Survival personnel, who actually had been following the newsletter for several months, so, and possibly YouTube. So thanks to them. It's nice to know there's folks out there following along on the different Hope for Survival platforms, so appreciate it much. But back to the storm. I've always, from the beginning, differentiated between prepping and preparing. And if you look up definitions, prepping is in many aspects preparing for the big one, the doomsdayer. And preparing is, our approach has always been preparing people for every day. Because it could be something like the storm that's inbound now, the freezing temperatures and the heavy snow possibly. That could be that single disaster that causes events to turn your life upside down. Busted water pipes, the impact on animals if you have animals, the impact in your home if you lose power. Do you have backups? 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is better. Always having a backup plan to your primary plan, and if you can, a third plan, in the event your first plan and second plan fail you. And that's the approach we have taken in teaching preparedness, and that is to try to get folks to not assume anything and to prepare and have a plan in the event their first line of defense fails. So hopefully everyone has been on board and made those preparations. I was out and about today when I had to run to our local Walmart area to visit the optical shop for some glass frame repair anyway. And whenever I'm near a large provider to the community, such as Walmart or any other grocery line or large Lowe's or a Home Depot, anything of that nature, I like to walk through, and I like to look at shelves, and I like to look at clientele, and I look for nonverbals. I look for clientele who are shopping and so forth. And walking into the Walmart, the shopping area of Walmart, one did not have to look very far to find that something in the surrounding area has changed from the norm. That being the weather prediction of the storm coming. Freezing temperatures for several days and possible snow for our area, ice and so forth. And the parking lot was completely full, and they had every register open and every self-checkout line. They were all full. There were 15 to 20 people deep in every aisle, people with their buggies crammed full. And it's interesting when you start looking into buggies to what people buy preparing for storms. 3 and 4 gallons of milk, multiple loaves of bread, cases of soda, cases of beer, vegetables, fruits. The one thing you don't see very much of is canned items. You don't see canned food, canned soups, canned meats. So one would have to assume either A, they are under the assumption that they're not going to lose electricity, or B, they have backup power, solar or fuel backup power. And if there were 300 people, we'll say, in the store, I think it's probably a safe assumption that maybe 25 of those people have backup power of sorts, of some type. I would say that many of them have either a primary heat source of electricity with a backup of a fireplace. So then we'd say, how many of those people could use their fireplace to cook food? So looking at it from a perspective of the power is out, and a very small percentage, maybe 10%, will have the ability to cook once the power is out. It tells me, looking in the grocery carts and 80 to 90% of the shoppers are not regular preparers. Because one, if they were regular preparers, they would not be losing their minds in the grocery store. It doesn't happen. Preparing doesn't work that way. They may be running in to grab a few last things, maybe to top something off, possibly. But in most cases, the whole goal is in preparing is that when you have events like a snowstorm as an example, or any kind of event, that you can separate yourself from the 90% group and be at home or be somewhere else that's not amongst that group of people. This is a great opportunity as well to simply walk around and look at clientele. If you understand the people that are in your community and who they are and typically how they dress, individuals who are outsiders, not from the area, typically will stand out. Either how they dress, their haircuts, how they're shopping, what they're shopping for. These things will normally stand out to you. And this is a great opportunity to observe who may be coming into your community as we have this large influx of thousands and thousands of non-citizens crossing the border into our country. And so many of them are being dropped off in small communities around America. Okay? And it doesn't take a lot of work on our part to go out to observe these things. It is a great opportunity to gather information when you're building your 5-mile radius of changes or additions to your community. Okay, so the nonverbals will tell you a lot. If you can get close enough, sometimes the verbals, hearing the individual speak, do they have dialect? They may be speaking fluent English, which is also kind of sets off the flashing strobe to it. Why are they could be tourists as well. They're totally innocent. But if you see an influx, you have to ask the question, why are they coming to your community? Where are they going and where are they staying and who's their sponsor, if they have one at all? How are they paying for their goods? Are they paying cash or are they paying on credit card? This is good information for you to use when you do your risk assessment and start developing your threat matrix to build into your community and your 5-mile radius. So while many people are focused on the weather forecast and will we or won't we get the snow, will we or won't we get the freezing temperatures, the icy roads, it may alter your week. You may or may not be able to drive, go to work, and so forth. Use these opportunities to your advantage to also gather information as to, I like to call it, what is the flavor in your community, and are things changing around you in the rush of everyone else who's out trying to shop for a couple of days to a week. Imagine if the storm Imagine if the storm comes in and it's worse than predicted. Ice lasts longer. There's ice on trees and power lines, and the power's out for a week to 2 weeks or longer. What if there's major trees down across roads and highways? Trucks can't get in. The 18-wheelers will stop rolling. They can't get into to resupply. And with all stores stocked at 3 days maximum, fuel, pharmaceuticals as well. If you looked at if you go look in your area on average of what are the average, what's the average shopping load typically on a Saturday or Sunday normally, and then you look at the increase in numbers of shoppers when there is a forecast for bad weather. With that initial rush of shoppers emptying shelves, I walked up and down some of the aisles today, and the produce area, fruit was probably 80% gone. All the bread was gone. All the milk was gone. All the eggs were gone. Dairy, again, we could talk about power and so forth, and if they don't have backup power, they can't refrigerate. Hopefully they're smart enough to set things outside in the cold, keep from freezing, but it will keep things cold to prolong the life of those products. But think about if the rush of shoppers today depleted that 3-day supply, and if the next supply trucks were due in, say, Tuesday, with today being Sunday, they're due in on Tuesday, but the storm hits and the trucks can't get in. Those people just bought 3 days to a week maybe worth of supplies, and then they're going to be out of supplies again. All right. Again, this is why we prepare, because we do not want to be out as resources dry up and folks cannot get food. They may have to revert to buying canned food. Imagine that. They may have to figure out how to use a can opener and open these cans up to get some food. Gee, they may have to eat pork and beans cold. They may have to eat a can of Spam or some potted meat, or maybe some Vienna sausages. If they can't cook it in the microwave, they're up the creek to begin with. So think about all these factors when you're walking around and looking at what the average shopper is buying, and oftentimes that will tell you a mindset of, do these people have a clue on how to prepare, or are they just binge shopping for the moment? So give it some thought, think about it, observe, and use all this information to your advantage. It will tell you a whole lot about your community. Okay? So anyway, it's good to be back for a few days, and I'll be hitting the road again in a couple days, weather permitting. So I wanted to stop by and drop this video and share what I observed today. It's sad in many ways, it's comical in many ways, but it sure paints a picture to the people who are around you, and why, again, it's so important to build your 5-mile radius around you, to know who are your neighbors and how well are they prepared. Okay, this is just a basic winter storm coming. Imagine if it's something that turns out to be worse. Things again could be very trying for so many citizens. So now is the time to prepare and get it done, and don't let your foot off the gas, because it is winter, but but major problems around us are continuing. Okay, so if you like this video, please hit like. If you have any comments, please share them. Much appreciated. And if you have not subscribed, please reach up and hit the subscribe button, and it's free. It helps us out, and thank you for tuning in. And stay safe out there, stay healthy, keep warm. Be thinking in your head, if you lose power, what's your next step? What are you going to do? In worst case, if you don't have the ability to have heat or a way to keep warm, be thinking in your head, how are you going to go about staying warm and keep from freezing? You know, worst case, build a tent on your bed in some way to block the cold out, and climb under that tent, and wrap yourself up really good in sleeping bags. Wrap yourself up in blankets. If you're using fire, please be careful. Don't allow an accident with fire to cause you more problems. Right? So keep your head on a swivel, and have a good day, and have a blessed week. And don't forget to be thankful. Bravo Echo out.